How are you guys? You know how it works. You know how it works. Oh God! I tried to do the video earlier today on the subject, and you know the deal. I had difficulty with the stream. You know, fucking it up on purpose, and I say to myself, if the universe allows it, so be it. Right, Simon? Yeah. Oh, supposed to put my shades, right? Simon, say hello. Oh, yeah, yeah, my little baby. Say hello. You never want to be on the camera. No, you don't even look. Yeah, take a look. No, no, you can't trick that. Can't do that. I tell you, I try my best to have Simon, be with me. He's sitting right here in front of me, and I can't lower the camera any lower, right, on the trolley, on the tripod. So he always gets his way. Always gets his way. I cannot have him at all be on the camera. See, I can tilt the camera. Oops, the camera moves. There's just no winning. There is just no winning. So I leave it alone. So, the occult. Because I've been so, you know, trying to get myself stabilized, with a living situation and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of occult knowledge and stuff that I have to give to you that's owed to you. Right? Um, One of the biggest occult mysteries that's taught by all the ages is that deep space. You know, uh, People say that it's black. There's nothing out there aside from the stars, and there are parts of deep space which are just completely black, and you don't see anything. And there are parts of deep space where it's populated with numberless, going beyond trillion, numberless of stars. What people don't realize is that the pockets of deep space that appears black and empty is not at all black and empty. It's just that from the vantage point of Earth and our powerful telescopes, compound, electron telescopes, space probes, you know, um, they don't penetrate the deep light spectrum that can actually make these stars in the darkness of the background visible. But they are there. If we were to, for example, what I love about Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek, I love when he does that warp and you go, shh, and it's dark space. But when you go into warp speed, all of a sudden all the stars appear rushing by the side of the ship, right? Because it's all about light and perception, right? And definitely we cannot see beyond the seven colors of the rainbow. That's our spectrum. There are other colors that are unknown to the human consciousness, where these stars are populated. No, but again, when we black symbolizes all the colors, but to us, we think that the seven colors that exist is the colors that exist and their combinations. The reality is that there are many color spectrums, and I would say like maybe out of 100, I would say 0.05% is visible to us, is known to us. A 0.05 is like a triple decimal point. It's not, it's a third of one whole. So imagine the 99% that's still left. It is, that's why, like it says in the Bible, the kingdom of God has not reached the imagination of man. It's impossible to fathom that reality. And don't forget that we only utilize, when I was young, we were told that we only utilize 10% of our brain power. Now they say that it's less than that it's 7%. So with that kind of a limited field of knowledge and expansion, with the totality of the truth of what's out there is absolutely no way that we're gonna get it right. Not even close as to the reality of what's out there and how we connect and relate to it. But the one thing that is clear and that is truth, well, I won't say clear. I won't say clear, because for it to be clear, it will have to be broken down so you can understand it. But for us occultists, it is clear that the deep space is a living entity. It is Gaia. Now, how can we prove that? Well, I don't think it can be done scientifically with facts and figures, but I do believe most definitely that it can be proven esoterically, right? Because um, why why is there a deep vacuum in space? If Why do you need a space suit to go to space? If you were to go into space and take your helmet out, right in deep space, you will crush to death. Eyes pop out, and why? Why is there a vacuum in space? What does the vacuum in space correlate to on Earth? Again, we have to look at it from the axiom, as above, so below. So what below that is relatable to us humans possesses such a vacuum? Because I don't know if you knew, the same vacuum in its strength and power that can crush you in a fucking microsecond if you are exposed is the same pressure that's found down below. But where do you find it? Where do you see it? Well, maybe some of you have already gotten a clue, or maybe some of you haven't. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to figure out where does this vacuum exist down below. While I take off my glasses so I can see. There's a woman that paid me for 25 for 25 on the ZELLE, and she asked me when can she get her reading. This was earlier today. I told her to call me as soon as you can, and I haven't received her call. And then I have someone that paid through Cash App. Lovely. I love your picture. I don't want to mention your name. I don't know if I can. So I would like to read you today, this evening, okay? Because you've paid your monies, and Cash App is giving me all the information. So I have two people. I don't have. Please call me the ZELLE, the one that paid to ZELLE, and the one that paid to Cash App. Call me, or I will call you after this video, so you can get your reading. Okay, I'm up to date now, and there should be no backup log. I will be doing the other videos that I do, but I've been having problems, with the reception, and you know how it goes, right? And we have a real bad cold spell in Houston, and then we had a lot of rain, and I had no idea just to what degree it floods in Houston. And flooding, I'm beginning to understand, is a real problem here. So, and somehow that seems to affect the towers, the signals, what have you. So bear with me, guys. So there's a couple of videos that I have to do today. The interpretation, the chart interpretation, part 3, right? We're going to discuss the north and south nodes and connect it to the ascendant and the sun and the moon. Then I'll be doing part 4, 5, 6, 7, accumulate them, and you're going to see how the whole chart comes together. And down to the specific behaviors you do moment to moment. All of that is depicted in the chart. It's really quite something. And there's no one way of discussing a birth chart professionally. Uh, just like there are tons of astrologers, each one in their own unique way of expressing the chart. And then, of course, the Chronicles of Mars. I've been having those downloads, and I've been writing it and recording them to bring that to you. And then I have to do the Saturn in Sagittarius. That's where we last left off now, and finish all that all the way through. Saturn in Aries, Taurus, Gemini. For those, you got to go to Patreon, because as soon as I'm done with the Saturn in Sagittarius and Capricorn and Aquarius and Pisces, I will move them also on Patreon. Okay, and please join Patreon because we have exciting new videos. Okay, and content for Patreon. Now that I'm situated. Okay, so now I think I gave you sufficient time, and let's see if any of you can guess, where is this vacuum of pressure found on Earth as it is in heaven? Oh, I didn't mean it to say it like that, but it came out that way. Who's here? In our hearts? No, but very good. You're not far away. You're not far away. In the what? In the deep sea? Well, actually, yes. Yes. But that wasn't the answer. But I totally forgot about that, because I forgot that the Earth itself has a deep vacuum. So that you are right. You are absolutely right. But there's one more. There's one more. And you know what's so funny? You said the deep down on the Earth. Yes, because it is a living essence. But one more, and that completes a trinity: space, the planet, and something else. Where? I like that in our hearts, because you're getting close, but it's not. Not the cemetery. I have to calculate that, my dear. The person who asked the question about being born 6.5 days of creation, that depends. I have to look at it, because it's not the same mathematical quotient that's used. In physics. That is. Let's see. Hello, uncle. How are you? Okay, the deep sea. So you're absolutely right. The deep sea in our hearts, no, but not that far off. Okay, been trying to call me. Okay, then I'm gonna be watching for your number, because according to my phone, I did not receive no call from this person. Been trying to call you. So call me again, because I'm gonna be looking for your number. I'm gonna to see if it comes in. What's that? Good evening. Okay. Atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure doesn't exist in a vacuum. If that was the case, we could not exist in it. So, but very good, very good. I love the terms that you're using. I love it. I'm loving it. Volcanoes, they may have some kind of vacuum, but not like in space. The core, yes, which goes to the deep down beneath the ocean. That's correct. No, not the mind. No, no, it's something very obvious. Of course, I'm protected. You don't think I'm protected after everything I've been through? Very protected. That's one thing I don't have to worry about. Uh huh. Uh huh. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Hey! Yes! Who said it? Who's that? Who's that? Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh God. Please, please, let me tell her. Somebody said it. The womb. The womb. Who's that? Guerra. Guerra. Even with the fucking glasses, I cannot see clearly the name. The womb. That's right. The womb. The same kind of vacuum pressure that's in deep space exists in the woman's womb. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And you're going to find this funny. And I'm putting myself at risk for telling you this. When I first tried to have sex with a woman, I could not, for the life of me, get inside her vagina. It was so tight, I could not get in that bitch. And I'm what? Yo, well, she was nervous. And most women get nervous, depending on the man or how they're feeling, the size of the penis, And I could not get in to save my life. And hours couldn't do it. And she couldn't relax to open. I don't know if guys out there have experienced that with their women, when first having sex, right? Or even after experience of having sex. But that right there, and I was like 21, 22. That right there showed me just how powerful the vagina is as a vacuum. Yo, I could have taken a shoe up prior and put that on that and would not have opened that vulva. And because deep space represents the womb of Gaia, it makes sense that a woman's womb will also possess the same vacuum pressure. If we were little men and women inside a woman's vagina, we would be crushed in equal measure as we would in deep space in open vacuum. So there, right, you have the Trinity right there. The womb of Gaia, the womb of the earth, which is deep down at the core or deep down the ocean floor, which many of you got correct, and also the human female. As above, so below. And this is another occult and esoteric confirmation that deep space is a living entity. And just like a woman has to labor in pain to give birth, so does the womb of deep space labors to the violence of exploding stars, to supernovae. It's the same level of chaos and violence that brings about the beauty of the cosmos. No different than the violent and pain and chaos of 20 30, 40 hours of labor to bring a child into the world. Both beautiful phenomena. And also, don't forget, the planet also gives birth to the new landmass to the contact of the deep water of the vacuum with that of the magma. Do you see the correlation? And this is the Trinity. This is why the number 3 is important. It is the number of creation, of birth. You know, so it was a very basic and short video just to tantalize your minds, guys. I hope this gives you more clarity as to understanding who you are and how you relate to the cosmos. Please donate. Please give. You know I'm going to say that, right? Call for the reading. For those of you who call me saying that they call me and you couldn't reach me, call me now because I'm be waiting for your call. Guys, thanks a lot. And do what you got to do. 347-485-6258. ZELLE or Cash App Fernando. FERNANA. The number 5 and the O.